The thought occurred to me after I finished that last part there was that there's this belief that becoming rich is somehow going to save you. And, from a financial perspective, that makes sense. However, if you're talking about a more holistic freedom, if you're talking about freedom to become a better person, that's not true. You see, your personality, your situation is largely determined by the choices you make. Yes, there are outside factors that influence your success, but for the most part, your successes and failures, just like mine, are due to the choices you make every day. And so, I need to get a job. And I struggle between playing video games, which give me instant reward, and applying for jobs, which give me lots and lots and lots of no's. It's very frustrating. It's very easy to shy away from what you need to do in order to get a short-term fix. So if you go from being a poor person to a wealthy person, but you don't research what you need to do with that money, well, like most lottery winners, you're going to end up poor again because you've got the poor mentality, you've got the poor mindset of the way you use that money. You're going to have a lot of people hitting you up. They're going to be fraudulent offers for investments and people who are going to take advantage of you. You may not be aware of the fact that you have to pay taxes on that money that you won. Or and so on and so forth. So a lot of people will end up in the end going broke again. And some people will, once they get rich, they'll be like, well, I'm gonna use Coke all the time, and I'm gonna have big parties and stuff, and your money just disappears. So you can very quickly become poor again because of stupid lifestyle decisions that you make, stupid usage of your money, and just other foolish decisions. But on the other hand, not on the other hand, but in addition to that, you also have the risk, and this is much more important, that your negative qualities are going to become exacerbated or blown out of proportion by having great wealth. And you may end up becoming a worse person because you've got the money to enable your bad behavior. So what I'm trying to say here is this. If you are going to work toward becoming wealthy, but at the same time you want to improve yourself, then you have to keep in mind that in order to become wealthy and improve yourself, you actually have to commit yourself to doing that. You have to commit yourself to constantly working at self-improvement, which I have been doing for decades now. I have gotten rid of 4 phobias. I've taught myself how to hypnotize. I've taught myself how to meditate. I've taught myself how to fall asleep like that. I've taught myself a lot of different things. Now, I understand not everybody can do this. I understand that some people, because of their intellectual capabilities, they have limitations that I don't have. I'm not sure how, that's, I don't want to address that because that's outside the scope of this video. But what I'm saying here is that being rich isn't going to make you a better person. Just like being poor isn't going to make you a better person. Now, granted, being rich will mean that you no longer have to worry about the financial struggles of the vast majority of people. You won't have to be concerned with, do I have enough money for groceries? Do I have to pay my rent or mortgage bill first and then see what I've got left after I've gotten some food for my family? You don't have to think about those things as long as you're not mismanaging your money as a rich person. But if you're not if you're not working on self-improvement, you're still going to be the person you were. You're not going to be a better person. Money isn't going to make you a better person unless you decide to make yourself a better person. So listen very carefully. When you get wealthy, number 1, learn to use your money wisely. Number two, remember that if you want to be a better person, it's in your hands. It's your responsibility. Nobody's going to come and say, hey, guess what? You know what? I am going to make you into a better person. Well, there are some life coaches out there who like to target people like you. But you know, if you're careful and you make intelligent decisions and you rely on people that are trustworthy to help you, then you should be okay. And please remember, sometimes the people that are closest to you when you are poor are the people you should distance yourself from as you get wealthy. And this is because they have a negative mentality, or they have a user mentality, or they're basically criminally oriented, and they're going to take advantage of you. And so you have to identify which of the people are really there for you when you need them, and which of the people are going to take advantage of you when you do have money. And they're going to guilt you. They're going to say, hey, you know what? You've changed. Since you got rich, you don't want to hang out with me anymore. And you can say, look, you know, I know we used to hang out together, but your mindset, the way you think and the way you act messes me up. And for my welfare, for my family's welfare, I can't hang out with you anymore. You know, if you want to change who you are and become a better person, hey, I'll be happy to hang out with you. But until then, it's too much damage for me. I can't function correctly hanging out with you as you are now. But I really hope you'll change and we can be friends again. We can hang out again. But if we can't, well, I understand. You know, it's hard to make those choices. Anyways, I just really want you to realize that there's a night and day difference that can occur when you start learning how to improve yourself and you start making the decisions and taking action. And remember what a very famous science fiction character once said: there is no try, there is only do or do not. Okay? So if you want to be rich, don't try to be rich. Get rich. Otherwise, you're just going to stay where you are. And if you want to be a better person, then do that. It doesn't take wealth to do that. I'm proof. I mean, I'm not a great person I'm not like a Mahatma Gandhi person, and most great people have a dark side to them, but I have made so many changes in my life. I've overcome my social anxiety, and I've overcome the trauma of bullying and the trauma of my parents' divorce, and so many other things. You have to make the effort. Don't give up. Don't give in. Keep on fighting to help yourself become better. And recognize the difference between when you are being realistic about what's wrong with you and when you're just avoiding dealing with it. Because I know some really nice people who are so messed up and they don't want to face reality most of the time. Thank you very much. I really hope that you will grow as a person. I hope you have a wonderful day too.